Kappa Alpha Psi wasn't built for parties and pretty colors. It was built as a form of resistance, in the middle of a state crawling with Klan activity. Before the shimmy, before Crimson and Cream lit up stages, it was survival. A group of black men on a campus that didn't even want them there. Yet they built something in 1911 that still echoes through generations. This is the story of Kappa Alpha Psi and why it was always about more than just letters. Let's rewind. It's the early 1900s. Bloomington, Indiana, a place where racism wasn't whispered. It was law, custom, and violence. If you think racism was only a Southern export, think again. Indiana was a stronghold for the Klan. Lynchings were common. At Indiana University, silent, indifferent. Black students were technically allowed, but practically pushed out. Couldn't live in the dorms, couldn't play contact sports, couldn't use campus facilities. Less than 1% of the student body was black. Some students would go weeks, even months, without seeing another black face. And still, we showed up, hungry for education, working jobs to stay enrolled, carrying books while dodging stares and slurs. This is the soil Kappa Alpha Psi was planted in. Not for status, not for clout, but for survival. A spiritual act of resistance to say, we got each other. In 1910, a small group of those students began to connect. Not in lounges or rec centers, but in tight corners and borrowed rooms. They had no social life, no safe space, but they had each other. Two of those men, Elder Watson Diggs and Byron Kenneth Armstrong, had studied at Howard. They saw what black excellence, brotherhood, and purpose looked like, so they built their own. Not a copy, not a remix, but something original, rooted in faith, scholarship, and cultural resilience. At first, they called it Alpha Omega, the beginning and the end. 10 men, bonded by faith, struggle, and vision. They didn't want a fraternity just for status or parties. They wanted a legacy, a brotherhood for black men coming from struggle, with their eyes set on excellence. On January 5th, 1911, Kappa Alpha Nu was born, and from day one, it stood on 5 core objectives, focused on spiritual growth, moral character, and the intellectual development of its members. But racism didn't pack up and leave. One day, a white student saw Frank Summers, a Kappa, running hurdles and loudly mocked him. Look at the Kappa Alpha Nig. That slur and the repeated mispronunciation of Nu forced the change. In 1915, it became official, Kappa Alpha Psi, a name you couldn't twist, a symbol that meant achievement in every field of human endeavor. Now fast forward, what started with 10 men in Indiana has grown into thousands of members across the globe. Kappa chapters exist on campuses, in cities, in countries, in the military, in corporate boardrooms, anywhere black men are striving. What connects us noops ain't just colors or canes, it's legacy. It's the code, the expectation that wherever we go, we lead. We've birthed giants, Arthur Ashe, tennis icon and activist, Johnny Cochran, courtroom legend, Cedric the Entertainer, culture curator, and countless others in politics, medicine, entrepreneurship. But this ain't about celebrities. It's about standards. Every organization's got its own flavor. Kappa, elegance with a sharp edge. Crimson and Cream, canes, diamonds, that smooth as butter your stroll. But behind the style is substance. Kappa culture is built on mentorship, scholarship, service, and excellence and achievement. Whether we're marching at homecoming, hosting service events, or making the ladies go crazy at a step show, we move with intention. We do more than what's expected. That's Kappa. Now look, I know Greek life ain't for everybody, but here's why this still matters. In a world where folks feel unseen, unmotivated, and unsupported, Kappa was created to fix that. Brotherhood matters, mentorship matters. Having a code, a standard, a foundation, that still matters. And for me, engraving these products isn't just about making merch. It's a way to honor the legacy of the 9 organizations and what they have built over the years. To create items that people can hold, gift, and cherish. Not just for flex, but for what it represents. As a proud member, this isn't just history to me. It's personal. Every tumbler, every decanter set, every piece I engrave, I treat it like an honor. Because I know what these letters stand for. I know what it took to get here. And I know this legacy deserves more than hype. It deserves respect. Kappa Alpha Psi wasn't just built to be seen, it was built to achieve. Yo, New Vision Creations is committed to diving into the roots, the culture, and the real legacy behind each D9 org. If you're a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, drop a yo in the comments and rep your chapter in Sans. And if you want custom Greek drinkware and apparel that is personalized, unique, and made with the care and respect our organizations deserve, click the link in the description to visit us at newvisioncreations.com, where everything is made with passion and built with legacy in mind. Thanks for watching.